Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I'm here with my co-caster, Sleepy, with 2 3's. How are you, sir?
I am doing very well, NightFiree. Thank you so much for having me, and boy, do we have a show for the ladies and gentlemen at home tonight.
Oh, yeah. It is well, what could be a barn burner. We have Blaze versus Danglers. We'll see if Danglers can stop the fire from burning down their barn.
That's it, NightFiree. Danglers and Blaze, both very similar teams, really, in play style.
Yeah.
Very aggressive, very communicative, very, very coordinated, even though it always seems like it's chaos. Both teams, it's a very controlled chaos.
Yeah.
I'll say that for both squads.
Yeah, and I mean, we're talking about a top-tier matchup. Before we dive into the pick bands, we're going to take a look at the rosters. I mean, we're talking gold versus master tier rank here. I think that match page still not working. Unfortunate. I guess we won't be looking at the rosters. We are talking about gold master tier rank here. I mean, Blaze rank 8 versus Danglers rank 4. And this is the last week of the season. If you're not in the top 7, then you have to compete for the wild card. You have to play in the wild card tournament, which is next week or 2 weeks from now?
2 weeks from now. There's still one more regular season week after this one,
Is
and
there?
then we'll, because basically the first weekend of May starts the tournament series startup from the wild cards up through basically through the end of May, which is where we'll end with our season championships and crown a season 7 final champion.
Exciting stuff, and I mean, these are the matchups that really matter the most. This is what you've been fighting for the entire season, what you've been trying to hone in and better yourself for so that you can compete as a team in the top 7 worldwide in the VRML. It's the culmination of their efforts really coming out here, and with a matchup like this, with so close to MMR, Danglers at 1280 and Blaze at 1250. With MMR so close, separated by 30, there's a decent amount to be won and lost here. Blaze definitely will be moving up into the top 7, and I don't know how far the Danglers could go.
Yeah, it could really cause a serious upset to the Danglers' position on the leaderboards if they happen to lose this matchup against Blaze. And of course, as you said, Blaze could possibly be picking up some decent MMR here from Danglers if Danglers aren't watching their P's and Q's. Now, a little birdie told me that Blaze was warming up by scrimming against Globochem, so I hope that they didn't wear themselves out too much trying to put it to Globochem to get warmed up, that they didn't save enough for Danglers, because I think a lot of people underestimate Danglers because they're so silly and, they never seem to really have a plan. But, those guys are excellent, excellent players individually and as a team, so you got to watch out for them. But same goes for the Blaze guys as well. And, a lot of times we joked back and forth in the day when I was on the Danglers that they're kind of like a brother team to us, even though we weren't in the Inferno family with them per se, but we used to scrim with them a lot, a season or 2 ago when they were first coming up, and now look at them, they're knocking on our door, just ready to take us down.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff, and we got to talk about the bans. There is only one. Danglers avoiding their ban per usual, and Blaze opting in for the ban on Tanker.
Yeah, not too surprising on those bans there from either team. No. Danglers pretty dangerous on Tanker. I think everyone's well aware of that now. But, I'm actually surprised, though, in a little bit because Blaze is actually quite good on Tanker themselves. So maybe they're just not quite ready for the old stumpy nub on Tanker. Yeah. But then you got Danglers banning Downfall, and, of course, that's pretty smart. They're definitely not as strong.
I didn't know they did. Picking a ban. I didn't get all my information. Either way, we're diving into the first round of the series. Blaze versus Danglers.
Danglers just doing their thing, having a good old time back in the spawn as they're going to wait for Blaze to start things up here in round 1. Who do we got here? Who's going to try and get cheeky? That's Noman. Of course it's Noman. Should have guessed he's going to try and get that long peek up that eastern lane from the backside of the crater spawn. He might actually be able to catch out whoever that is rotating down towards the tank. No, maybe just a bit too slow there. Blaze being pretty meticulous here, NightFiree. I mean, they're not pushing up really aggressively, but you can see that they're thinking about their moves a bit before they make them. They know that this is not going to be an easy match that they're just going to be able to play into and just kind of, you know, wing it the whole way through. They might actually have to pull some tricks out of their sleeve here tonight.
Yeah, they have the crater spawn. Usually, my preferred tactic is to play it a bit quicker here. You have the opportunity to sort of push forward all the way up to basically the front side of the rooftop building before anybody can
behind
spot
white
you.
truck.
If you have the
He
proper
rotated from
smokes
tank
too,
to
you can
behind
really just
white
deny
truck,
all
west
sorts
side.
of vision. Noman shooting shots here, trying to pick off, looked like a hilltop defender. Also taking some shots over at the 18-wheeler. He's trying to, he's giving away their position. You know, now the Danglers know Blaze is over at the crater spawn. They can rotate accordingly.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. That is exactly what he's done. I mean, granted, the Danglers could figure that at this point, you know, so much time has already ticked by in the round that it could be a far flank maneuver. They could have started somewhere else, maybe that southeast spawn that sometimes happens on this objective. So it's not necessarily true that he gave away their spawn position, but you're right, they are all over there. So coincidentally, this time he does kind of give away that spawn position, but he's also trying to keep those defenders who can be watching these lane crossings here in the east, keeping them back, keeping their heads down, which is going to help the team push forward on the eastern side. However, they are still going to have to deal with Nintendo on that northern alley in the east side as if they try and go that route. He's tucked in nice behind the rock.
He is. He's pushed up there a little bit. They don't really have any eyes on the south side except for Plenus. Like he did miss one cross there, so they have one at Burning. He could rotate all the way around west, where they do have probably their strongest defense too, stacked up in that 5-story building over there.
Plenus is getting a little risky here, right in the south part of the defense. He's kind of off the north roof to the east there. He's in the divot, but not really in any sort of cover per se.
He's been there for quite a, yeah. That's where he's been. He's basically been sitting there, and he missed that cross. So I'm not sure what he's been. I think he's watching that corner where Cryo's about to peek, and he's just been waiting for that the entire round, basically.
Well, waiting is going to pay off here because he's going to see Cryo sell as he peeks the corner, and he gets the first kill of the game. Danglers go up 5-4 here after almost 5 minutes, or almost 4 minutes of action here on the first round.
Nintendo on that north side, sitting behind the rock. He does pick off Noman, who is rotating around from his far crater position.
Yeah, but that will let the attackers know that he's there, so he's going to have to be very careful. We could see some very creative grenades or even some usage of flashes come around here.
Ooh.
Verds will find Plenus on that spot, that very open spot we talked about a bit ago. And Verds has managed to take control of the northern rooftop now.
Yeah, now Nintendo's in a bit of a jam because he has to worry about Verds, who has taken control of this rooftop position. They have no defenders here who really have eyes on. And he also has to be concerned about his back because there is a rotation coming in from that back side out of Prefontaine. So Nintendo may be caught out here if he's not ready for this. Prefontaine right on the corner. Nintendo getting distracted by the shots. Prefontaine needs to move. He's got an easy kill here on the back.
Stumping up with the grenade up the hill, but it's going to be a little bit too early. There comes the grenade out from Zach Fontaine onto the northern lane. It does not get Nintendo, but it does prep Nintendo for the push. But Prefontaine manages to get the kill anyways, and Blaze are successful in continuing their push. Stumpy Nub will pick up Naoko as he crests the hill, and now Verds is going to be trying to take down Stumpy Nub on the objective. Stumpy's in a tough spot here. He's got Prefontaine coming from the north alley, and he's got Verds from up on the rooftop. He's repositioned himself with a little bit of defilade, which will help, and he's going to pick up Prefontaine. Verds will actually pick up Stumpy Nub from the side, and here comes Verds. He pushed up on the objective now. The Danglers aren't up there. It's 57 seconds left, but Riboman finds the headshot onto Verds, and we have our first round down. Danglers take it, and we're 1-0 here on map 1.
An excellent round one for Danglers. They hold on by the skin of their teeth, though. Verds had a nice push up there. Caught the backside of Stumpy as he was rotating to get Noman, I believe, pushing on the north side. And he could have potentially used time a little bit more there. He missed a lot of shots, unfortunately, on that one that was rotating out in the open. And that's ultimately what caused his life. If he had picked off that kill early, he could have ducked down, reloaded, and there would have been an interesting 1v1 there. But instead, we get, you know, an incredibly close round. And Danglers pushing in and defending it, picking up their first Volk round.
That'll be important to them, as this will be Blaze's map pick, and I believe, if history tells me correctly, I think Blaze is usually a bit stronger on this map than Danglers. However, Danglers have been kind of edging their way back up. It's always been a tight match no matter what between the two teams on the match, but yeah, I think Blaze has had a bit more successful record on the map than Danglers when it comes to a matchup between these two.
We are underway, diving into round number 2 of map 1. Danglers taking their Volk round, and we'll see if Blaze can do the same. Keying in and see how the energy is over here.
As long as I get one kill,
He won't get caught. No, he'll be fine. Let him do it.
Pretty relaxed.
Shut up, Bird. You shut up. That's the motto.
Guess it's better to have them relaxed than to be on full tilt after one round.
No,
Danglers seem fairly confident, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's just a sign of. Well, yeah, we saw Danglers relaxed in their Volk round. I was just comparing Blaze here. Definitely looking the same. We'll see if they can.
Yeah,
hold their own.
Prefontaine pokes out. I'm going to get it out eventually, NightFiree. You know, pokes out from the east side of the building next to the rooftop. But the Danglers are going to see him. Rivalman calls him out. Stumpy Nub actually going to find him from a different angle. And now the Danglers will be able to start continuing their push from the southeast.
Nade coming out from Plenus. Does get up on the rooftop. Birds safe behind the ledges. Another nade coming out, though. Almost catches Plenus out.
That bounce would have been was almost perfect into putting it into Plenus's lap. That was an excellent grenade from Noman there.
Good long-range tosses coming out here. Shots from Malco covering that. Wow, that west side. He managed to push up there early, and he's over in that 2-story. He has a great angle if they're going to try and ever come around on the west side. He's actually kind of covering that courtyard. Noman catches Rybo.
One down.
Nalco's going to have to start making a push, though, because you know, like I do, Danglers do not wait around. So if he's going to try for that behind-the-back flank, he's going to need to get in there quickly. Birds will find Stumpy Nub. Will he be able to find Plenus? Plenus is under fire from 2 now in the north. Oh, no, but Plenus will get double-teamed. Birds and Noman will both take their shots and find the kill. Danglers only with 2 left. Expediter's going to hear Nalco.
Yeah.
Exactly.
On the push, he's on their backside, tossing a nade out. Noman actually finding Expediter, getting distracted there in a bit of a trade. Now that north side is exposed, Nintendo can rotate around. He's free to do so. He's the last alive, and he's in a 1v3. Noman actually may be able to spot him, too, and call out this location.
The res going to come out there from Yes. Cryocell going to be able to pick up Noman. Nintendo, is he going to be able to 1v4 this? Noman will pop out with some pre-fire. Nintendo taking just a little too long to peek, and Cryocell will find Nintendo as he breaks the alley. Blaze will get their defensive round, and we're all tied up here on map 1. Blaze and Danglers on quarantine.
Very much as you'd expect it. You have top-tier teams so close in rank going neck to neck, and Danglers definitely pushing it much faster there than Blaze. You know, they had a slower spawn, too. More ground to cover. They didn't get that crater spawn. They had to cross the street and make their way up. And even then, they still managed to get towards objective at a faster time than Blaze did. But, you know, overall, it just didn't pay off. They had solid defense. That Noman trade, I think, really important. Otherwise, they would have been able to advance, you know, straight up. They would have been, the 2-man push on the north would have been trouble. That res wouldn't have been able to come out. And so a very solid defense there from Blaze. And, I mean, no time wasted as we dive into round 3 of this. Seems to be a pretty exciting series so far, Sleepy.
You've got that right. I'm excited. The chat seems to be excited. I mean, if people are complaining that they're staying up late at night to watch an Onward game, that's okay by me. You might not like it in the morning, but you're going to like it tonight because we do have a great matchup here. Blaze and Danglers duking it out, already back and forth. Now we'll see if they're able to convert another objective here.
Ooh, an early pick coming out from Noman here. Plenus looking for the refrag. Can he get the crosser? The shots are out, and Noman finds 2 on the cross.
One down a green car.
Oh, no, and that is not good for the Danglers. They don't really seem to have anybody in position to get the reses on Plenus and Stumping Up either. However, fortunately for them, they are still available to be picked up, so they can't give callouts in case any crosses come through.
Noman being on that south side is trouble. The res is going to come out, though.
Yeah, there goes Plenus, and Plenus should be grabbing Stumpy Nub up anytime. There it is, yes. So Noman's kills effectively rendered useless at the moment. Oh no, but Naoko.
On the north, we might have some more firefighting here. Looks like there's going to be some more peeking up on that rooftop. Prefontaine on the close corner, and Riboman finds Naoko. Will Prefontaine be able to catch Ribo on that close corner and peek out? Doesn't look like he's going to. He's going to try and drop back. No, him and Cryo now have to push north.
Yeah, that was an excellent attempt at a grenade from Cryocell there. Obviously well practiced. Not quite in the right position, though. Riboman, as he does fall back a bit. Overall, though, so far, a great push there and a little bit of a good push back from the defense. The utility, though, being used up on the res for Danglers is going to end up costing them here at the end of the round. A nade comes up to the top of the hill from Prefontaine. It's got no one, but Riboman's going to be hurting for some help here. He's going to put a nade out of his own. Prefontaine going to be able to rush out and get out of its way, fortunately. But
Prefontaine dove there, getting away from that nade. That's commitment to the cause, and Riboman's now tucked in. They know he's up here after seeing those nades, too. Prefontaine is super keyed on the rooftop. If they had any utility left, this is an easy kill, but they really have used it all up, as you said earlier. And now Ribo's here. He'll get caught up in a gun battle. He may be able to find 2 or 3 if he's fortunate.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's seeing Verds jerking. Are you seeing Verds kind of jerking around there?
No, Verds is
as he
running,
runs, or is that just on my side?
That's a spectator on your end.
Okay. Okay.
Always
just
is.
Wanted to
Always has. Always is. No worries there.
Okay. No. It's not that. I just wanted to. I wondered if Riboman would be seeing the same type of thing. As if so, it could mean that he won't get any kills because Verds might have that advantage if that is what he sees.
Not
but
at all.
No, Riboman is in a world of hurt here. He's got 2 guys right on top of him. If he's able to get both of them, that would be amazing. I think he's trying to bait Riboman's actions out, but he is being still and patient as Cryocell pushes out. Riboman should be able to see him. No, I think Cryo's going to actually have the angle first.
Oh.
He does.
Ribo was radioing into his squad there at the worst possible time. Plenus, on the other hand, does trade with Verds, so maybe that communication paying off to some extent. We're into a 2v3. The final 2 defenders over there, 1 in center and 1 on the backside. And they're getting pinched right now, taking control of south there with Noman. And his 2 picks, letting him get over there early. And it's Nintendo and Stumpy, the final 2. Definitely a good 2 to hold, but Stumpy's pretty far away from objective.
Yeah, he is far away from objective, but I understand he is kind of stuck in where he's at the moment. Oh. Noman is actually going to pick off Prefontaine with a headshot onto the roof. That's not going to be good. He just kind of killed his advantage there. They had that 3-pronged pinch coming in. Nintendo also now aware of Noman's position. If he's got a frag, he can put that out onto him.
Noman knows. Noman just knew, and now he might. I think he just spotted the defender in the corner there at the rubble.
Stumpy better be careful, too. He's pretty exposed to the roof, and just as I say that, Cryocell going to pick up the kill onto him, and now it's Nintendo all by himself. He's got 2 members of Blaze coming at him from 2 different directions, and Noman is going to find Nintendo first, and Blaze take a Marsoc round to uneven the scoreboard and take the lead on map 1.
We're underway, man. The series is underway. Now we have the first shakeup of the series. You know, kind of the standard poke and prod Volk trades. You know, both teams alive with 2 or 3 at the end of those rounds. And now we come here and Blaze just, I mean, honestly, Noman with that pick early, allowing him to get south is what I think was really important there. Because at the end of that round, having the pinch, having Noman being behind, and it just caused, you could see Nintendo panicking. He didn't know if he could check roof or behind him, and ultimately he exposes his back.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable. I mean, at any point, like you said, he was going to have to expose himself to one or the other. I mean, they kind of caught a break there when Noman team killed Prefontaine on the roof. I thought, oh, Danglers might have a chance here still. Stumpy Nub, he might come back, or he might stay tucked in and just stay safe. That way, in case Nintendo goes down, he's still there. But no, he took a peek, and he got caught out for it. So, unfortunately, Nintendo really had no choice. It was either put himself in front of the objective or let one of them sneak up from the opposite direction and cap out from under his back. Sorry about that, folks.
And now you may notice, Sleepy, the timer is getting used a bit longer. Teams hashing out their strategy here. Danglers of all teams, maybe. I don't know. It could be either one, taking their time. Either way, both squads. I'm sure Danglers are probably readied up first. They're the most adapting team, I guess. I feel like their strategy is to just adapt to what's happening in front of them.
Yeah, they do have a pretty good fluidity about them. They are able to usually adapt and overcome a lot of situations. However, against some teams, they do still admittedly, even self-admittedly get in their own heads and kind of not play so well. And then by the time they recover, it's too late in the match. They said that about the SMC match. They just weren't playing well at first. But yeah, this full-on rush might get shut down here really quickly. Verd's right on top of the tank here. He's got 4 members of Danglers just swarming him like hornets. And this is not going to be good. Will Blaze be ready for this? Here come the smokes. It's going to be like a smoke show here. It's like a Cypress Hill concert.
I'm biting my tongue.
Frag on the cryo cell, and Rivalman's onto the objective. NightFiree, here he comes. Pad's going to be out. Here comes the cap from Rivalman. Is he going to get it?
He is. I stand absolutely corrected. Danglers come in here with an amazing pre-planned play. Fantastic smokes to cross the street. Nades right onto defensive positions. And an excellent answer back to what they had just experienced losing that Marsoc round. And now they take the lead 3-2 going into their Volk defensive round.
You know what, though? That's exactly how they ran that same objective, same spawn against G-Men. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when they won the map against G-Men on map 3 in that series. They got this same spawn, which is the Fari spawn, which a lot of teams will be like, don't like this spawn. They think it's too exposed because normally you have to cross one street or the other. But Danglers, they just, against G-Men, and then again here, they just ran it straight up the middle like a linebacker playing for the 49ers. And man, poor Verds. That guy got swarmed like a like a bug and a bunch of hornets. That was just tough.
That was, there was a moment there where Noman had the chance to shut that entire thing down, and he just didn't get low enough. I think his head was peeking up over the tank just a little bit, or he went for that pick onto Stumpy, and Stumpy was just pushing too fast. He rounded that corner quick and had that headshot right away. But that was their defense against that, I think, and that just failed.
Yeah, it did, and I'm sure they'll be able to go back and watch this and see exactly why it failed. But for now, Danglers will take the lead with that cap. We're into round 4.
Did you do that?
No, round 5.
No, NightFiree. We just watched a cap happen, sir.
I know.
It's round 4.
There was just another cap.
Oh, no,
there was just another
right.
Marsoc round. Come on, man! Don't come at me. I know what's going on around here. Unbelievable! How dare you question me, Sleepy? I dare. I think the action we're gonna see first, though, is on the west. Verds and Naoko have been full sprinting over here, and Stumpy is patiently waiting behind that crate.
Yeah, he looks like he has zero intention of peeking up behind him. It looks like he's just going to wait completely silent, if possible, until they just come charging around. Some of these items, I believe, still pretty new in this locale. Has that box always been there? Yeah, yes. Maybe. I'm trying to recall. Yes. I know some things get added, some different clutter and detail items in the map sometimes are added as they update it, but...
I know the cactus are probably one of the newer things if we're going to talk about new stuff, but they may not even go over there. Now Gao getting a little antsy here, peeking this hill. It's super risky just because you're such an easy target, and Stumpy reacting on the pick with a fantastic shot onto the back when they were going for the res, and then he immediately tucks back into cover. Verds now has to be concerned on 2 accounts from his front and the side, And maybe he won't be going for this res.
I was just about to say that Cryocell should be worried that Rybo could get the pick on him as well when he goes for the res, but Stumpy Nub did the pick in there, and Verd's going to return the favor, but he's not going to finish it off quite yet, so Stumpy Nub going to probably give out some decent intel here before Verds does finish him off.
We were on board Prefontaine on the roof there. He was taking some shots over towards Plenus, and the call-outs from him end in a kill from Noman with a nade and a follow-up. So Danglers down to Blaze with one resable is res and are into a 4v3.
It's also pretty dangerous and should be mentioned that Dangler's playing way off the objective. The only one even on it is Expediter. After that, you got Riboman in the center, which is going to be, you know, it's going to force him to run out through the open on a rotation to get back to the objective. And then you got Nintendo way off in the west there trying to stop the bleeding there. But I think he's just too far away at this point. They only have 3 defenders. There's 3 minutes left, and Blaze has the man advantage. I think I would pull myself back closer to the objective and even take a little bit more solid cover.
Exchanging a bit of fire there is risky since he is the last one alive. Rybo fortunate enough, or sorry, the most forward defender rather, not the last one alive. There's still 3 up. And yeah, that south side is very weak here.
Ooh, Nintendo going to pop out. It's going to be dangerous. Nalco and Nintendo will trade, though, in the west, and Nalco will be out for good this time.
Birds and Rybo about to exchange and fire in the middle. Bird's not ready for Rybo, tucked in the corner, and he finds one. Now the push from the south. Noman here with the smoke. Expediter patiently waiting on the corner.
I like how they killed the same 3 people on both teams. Like, so we have 2 blue dots on each side and 2 red dots on each side. And as I say that, one more red and blue dot disappear. And
we're going to keep it. We're going to keep it going here. We're into a 1v1 now. Blaze trying to stay in it. They need this point if they want to stay in map 1. Danglers trying to get that early advantage. This is Blaze's map choice. They were home, so
that is correct.
Danglers,
Rybo,
it's just not what you definitely don't want.
Ooh, Rybo, that is a risky play being out there in the open like that. You got 1:40 left, and look exactly when I say that. Nice. You rotate out in the middle of the open, and you get picked off. You should have stayed tucked in there. Yeah. You had the map all to yourself. That was yours to lose, and that's exactly what you did. So Blaze is going to tie things up.
I was expecting that to go out another 2 minutes or so. I was thinking he was going to stay tucked in. We were going to have ourselves a little time there, a little tea and crumpets before the 1v1 really hashed out. Maybe you'd have to rotate into gas station, but I mean, yeah, he just got a little too antsy on the corner. A nice pick results in a tie ball game here, and Blaze now going into the Volk defensive. I mean, we've had more Marsoc rounds than Volk rounds go out here, so you know, I'm not sure. This is a good one. Yeah. We're into a good one. This is what we expected. A fast gameplay, which we're getting. Both teams going at each other on both accounts. You know, Blaze playing aggressively on Volk. Same thing with Danglers. We're getting some forward-pushing defenses. We're going to see how this sucker shakes out as we get into the final round of only map number 1, Sleepy. There's so much more to come in this series.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. I cannot believe as many Marsoc rounds are being won. But now Blaze going to have to hold their defense. Can Danglers do anything with this? They've given away the map. It's now all in the hands of Blaze's defense as to whether or not this one goes to the next map. Who's going to take it? I really just don't know. Danglers are going to have to utilize this southeast spawn for the garage objective. It's a tough one, but if they can use their aggression and speed to get into position quickly, they could be able to kind of counter the defense from Blaze here.
Shots are out already from Danglers, so the spawn should be known from Blaze. They should react accordingly. You can see Verd's keyed in here over to this side. He's taking some shots, already caught out Plenus.
Yeah, that he does, but he's out in the middle of the street. If Expediter goes for this res, it would be just a foolish one here. Some smoke would be an ideal, but Verd's going to be watching that like a hawk, I'm sure. I'm actually surprised he hasn't killed Plenus yet, but obviously he's using him for a bit of bait, I would say.
I don't know, Verge has dropped off that angle, and now Expediter does have that res opportunity. Plenus has been telling him to do it. for quite a while, and Verd's now maybe going to peek. He does, just at the wrong time. Maybe he'll see that body missing.
Like a Metal Gear Solid type noise.
Yep, little exclamation part.
Yeah.
Nice nade. I don't know, what is Cryo doing out there in the open?
I don't know. The same thing Rybo was doing out there in the open when he had to defend the objective. Not doing what he should be. And here comes another grenade onto the objective. And that one finds Naoko. They are just nading the defense out of the objective, and the smokes are out now. Should be expecting a push here, but there's a lot of defense there. Stumpy comes follow-up to kill Cryocell. That'll end the callouts from him. But you got Verds and Noman still watching from the center burning building, and that could be bad. Another grenade gets flubbed by Verds. He almost takes out himself. Fontaine does get Nintendo on a long, tight angle.
One down.
Rybo elsewhere. Verd's able to find Plenus. Rybo catches Noman. There's still going to be some exchanging of fire on the south there. Prefontaine.
The one that's across the building.
Stumpy's actually in a great position here. He managed to get by Prefontaine's fire. He's got the angle where he could actually rush and push the objective and get by them, but he's still got 3 members of his team available, or 2 other members of his team able to coordinate this push, so he's best to use them. That is for sure. But here comes the Blaze. Prefontaine going to come in for the res, I think, onto Cryo. Or, I'm sorry, no.
Naoko.
There we go, Naoko.
Yeah, he does get that. And I was concerned that maybe Expediter would catch him, but the angle he's holding isn't quite... He's not really quite watching the street. He's more keyed in on Verd's position. Rybo Man catching him out, though, from center is huge. And now it's up to this 2v3 defense. Blaze are in good spots, though. They're right by the objective. And with with 2 here, you can cover the angles you need to cover, really. As long as they stay kind of tucked in. Prefontaine peeking these angles is a bit risky.
Actually, if they just run the north side of the south building there near the ambulance building, they could run right up along, right behind the the building and cap from the outside, and Prefontaine or Naoko wouldn't really be able to see much. Especially with some smokes to aid that, he could really destroy this defense.
I do think Naoko from this corner, though, can see the crossing there. Yeah, he does have a decent line of sight.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. It would be a challenge, and as we say that, he does put some shots out towards the attacker. Stumpy taking a bit of a beating right now from the suppressive fire. Ryboman going to try and support him. They got 2 minutes and 20 seconds, though. Things are coming down to the wire, NightFiree.
Ryboman's going to go for a nade here. He's not nading the right spots and peeking up here, looking in the corner. Doesn't find Prefontaine, and here we are, the end game. Naoko catching out Expediter. 2 minutes left in the push. Yeah, Danglers are coming in. You're right. Stumpy may go prone here, pad out, and Prefontaine, if he's not listening or not really keen on this corner, there's a potential for a cap here.
I don't know. He might also try and mess with the defenders and try and bait them out that way. There's Naoko peeking. Will Stumpy see it over the ridge line? Oh, so tense!
Naoko catches him out, his head just exposed there. Can he also catch the other one? He does. Rybo goes down, and Blaze take their map 4-3 by the skin of their teeth.
Wow. Wow. I feel like that one was Danglers to lose, too, with the situational that they had.
You know, they had the advantage. Naoko going down, they had excellent nades come out. They had the nades right where they needed to be, and honestly, early on, they had the smokes where they needed to be. They could have crossed and pushed objective right as those nades came in. They had smoke, maybe one more smoke to cover the angle.
To help cover that south look from the center burning.
I thought that, what's the point of throwing those smokes and then not moving on it? Maybe something that maybe they just kind of felt they didn't have the proper picks yet to cross the street. It's easy for us to think of what, to say all these things, seeing the top down. But
you're right.
Just a real interesting round there, and the key res coming into play there to ultimately get Blaze their first map and their map choice. So definitely something that it eases the tension for Blaze. Now they go into Dangler's pick, and we're going to be going in for our second map to Bazaar.
Yes, we are, and it's just going to be tough for Danglers from here on out. I mean, they lose one more map. They've lost the series, and Blaze is going to grab a nice little chunk of MMR. I mean, granted, the map was kept very close. It was a 4-3 score line, very close finish. So not going to be a whole lot of points lost if it is. But, congrats to Blaze, man. They really pulled that one out there. Like I said, I kind of thought Danglers had it from their positional advantage.
The 2-point swing,
but like you
man.
said, they didn't move off that smoke, and it came back to bite them.
The 2-point swing for them, they just to take that Marsoc and then the Volk. It's exactly what they needed. Danglers were looking good with that 3-2 lead, and we'll see if they can take their map up and go into map 2, round 1. We're gonna be hip hopping over to a west objective.
Get it, girl. Hi, stream. I hope you're watching me. I love you.
We're watching you, Noman. We always have eyes on you, friend. You're a resident co-caster. We have to highlight your excellence.
Yeah, you got that right, NightFiree. Ooh, Nintendo gonna be showing Cryocell what for there as he grabs the first pick on the map. Stumping up already up into a dangerous position. He's already kind of got Overwatch onto the objective area. Expediter's gonna find Noman in the West Bazaar. And we could be seeing a cap here. Naoko barely gets the pick onto Stumpy as he crosses the street.
That pick is huge. That slows up Danglers quite a bit now. Stumpy's their key forward position for their key pusher. With him down, it's a nice way to sort of hold it up, but they're in a 2v4 now. They've lost control of nearly every angle. Prefontaine going down is the last thing they need. Now, a 1v4, it's going to be a tough one to hold, and Nintendo finding Naoko exposed, trying to hold objective. Danglers, they're ready to fight. They are not happy about losing that map, and they're coming in hot with an early lead.
They are not, and I would not expect or not doubt to see, you know, a Danglers cap attempt here, or definitely another cap, because they're going to try and drive it home. I think they were really hoping that that cap would tilt Blaze, because Blaze a little bit notorious for if they tilt, they kind of fall apart. And luckily for them, they do have their two best morale control officers, aka Noman and Verds, there to kind of keep them in check. I'm sure Noman giving them all sorts of pep talks after that cap from Danglers, because that was just brutal. And that round from Danglers also brutal. I mean, under a minute there for a West Market objective. That is rare, NightFiree.
Yeah, that was insanely fast. They utilized that quick spawn really well. And I think this is the same spawn that Danglers had. They just full sprinted their way up to objective. We'll see how Blaze answer back. It's been a pretty good back and forth so far, so I do expect Blaze to definitely put a good foot forward here on this Marsoc round, and we'll see if they're going to let Danglers swing momentum in their favor or not as we get into round 2 of map 2. And they're going just as fast. Naoko and Verds across the street already. Naoko pushing up with his shield. Does get picked off from the side, though. Plinus peeking out. They don't have that cover.
And he's going to find another one with Prefontaine. Now Nintendo's going to push out. He's going to try and get Verds, but he won't get him. Cryocell will find Nintendo. Expediter's going to find Cryocell almost immediately. And Verds is going to pick up Naoko's shield in hopes that he can turn things around for his buddy. Man, that was the quickest kill onto a shield that I've ever seen. Here comes Stumping Up behind Verds, but Stumping Up is going to get him first. An amazing play and a nice flank. Danglers being very aggressive on the defense, and it is paying off well for them in spades.
The whole time we kept keying in over to Noman there, who was just pumping suppressive fire out the entire time they were in that exchange up that lane.
I don't even think he knows he's the only one left. Like, his whole team has been annihilated in the first minute.
They all died trying to push mini courtyard, but Nolan was just suppressing the south. He did find, I think, one there, but
he's in that spot on the far.
They know right where he is. Plinus calling him out, and Stumping Up is pushing here. Noman
You fucker.
and a bit of exchange of words.
Come here. Come here. Oh, that's a bad nade.
Oh, that's a bad nade.
Wow, and I mean,
Plinus
basically
Noman
getting made fun of. Really, his whole team just getting pushed into the dirt. And Danglers, I mean, coming out so different after losing map 1. Blaze just need to be... They need a little refocus here. They need to gather themselves, play this defensive round tight, and be ready for the fast aggression. Maybe try to toss out some nades to prevent the early push. You know, there's ways to deny that aggressive sort of style of play, and you know, we'll see if Blaze are going to react or if they're just going to keep letting Danglers run over them with the upped rate of play. And I think what we were talking about earlier, Sleepy, is what we're seeing here, where Danglers sometimes can play sort of out of their element. You know, they don't play fast and fluid. I feel like maybe that's what we were seeing on most of Quarantine. Even though they did well, this is a different Danglers. You know, they are playing so much faster and fluider here on Bazaar.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, you know, the rounds that they did play on Quarantine fast, they did very well. We saw them get that cap, and that round happened in like 40 seconds. I mean, things happened so quickly, and I think that's what Danglers do best. They're fast and fluid motion, like you said, just gives them the edge, because people just don't know how to counter it because it's so unpredictable. How do you know what to do against something that you can't tell where it's going to be in the next 20 seconds?
On board, the Danglers push here as they charge forward in full sprint. Suppressive fire and a trade early. 1-2 going down for Danglers. And that's what Blaze needed to do. They needed to shut down that early aggression. They needed to be ready for the early cross, and catching 2 out in exchange for 1 is definitely worth it. Now they can tuck in and defend, and it's going to be much harder for Danglers to push with just 3 alive.
It is, but if they happen to manage a miracle and pick the people closest to the objective, the guy in the east, the one that Expediter just killed coincidentally, is too far out the objective to get there. But again, now it doesn't matter because he did. Oh, he did.
Into a 3v3. We'll see if Danglers do slow it up. Expediter still pushing up as fast as he would be regardless. The smoke's coming in. They have control of both sides here.
Expediter choosing just the right lane as well. Oh, Cryocell with a nice grenade on the Plenus. Was not able to catch that, unfortunately, but he is still resable, and the res will come out fairly quickly, as Danglers know they're going to need every man left to get this objective. It's a tough one, even when you have all 5, let alone when you're down to 3. Expediter hopefully is going to check here for Prefontaine. If not, he's going to be caught slipping. Prefontaine in a rather textbook position there.
Expediter thought that the rotation of the satellite was somebody defending by objective. He took shots out. Now they know Expediter's here in this courtyard area. The res does come out. We're back into a 3v3, but Expediter's position in the east is now known. We'll see if Blaze can defend appropriately. Verd's over here exchanging with Rybo, does get the kill.
I actually couldn't believe that worked. Verds and Plenus will now trade, and it's a 1v2 now for Expediter. This could actually work for him. He does see Cryocell, or is he still shooting at the uplink dish? I'm not sure.
That uplink dish is really throwing him for a loop over there. I think he was shooting at Cryo, rotating around. I don't think that one he was getting fooled there. Either way, you're absolutely right. A 1v2 is going to be tough for him. Prefontaine is the closest, but he's kind of holding an odd spot.
Yeah, he is, but Expediter is definitely being careful now. He's going to change his position up and run right by Prefontaine. I don't think Prefontaine heard it because I did not see any sort of body cues that he did hear it. And now NightFiree could be in a position where he actually could prone in from the back doors of the kiosk building and actually get the cap completely unnoticed. If he doesn't make any noise, the defenders won't know he's there. And I mean, he could just end things right here, 4-0 on map 2.
Oh man, we'll see if he does. You're absolutely right. It's the play to make, and he's going to stay quiet. As long as he doesn't get too quick, as long as he doesn't stand up or try and suddenly fast play it like they have been, this is where that Danglers have to switch up their play style. They have to play unlike Danglers, and will they be ready? Blaze rotating just a little bit, shifting a little bit.
Don't go that way, Expediter. What are you thinking? No!
Yeah, he's taking the route where Prefontaine may be fortunate enough to have an angle. Prefontaine has stood up as well. I'm not sure exactly where he's looking. I don't know if he's going to see him there as long as Expediter hugs the wall.
I think it's like Expediter is just short enough, because if you know Expediter, if you've met him in real life, he's a shorter guy like myself, so he could be a very small target. And now he's made his way inside the kiosk building. Prefontaine is definitely going to have a problem seeing him now, especially if he gets through this next room and into the objective room, basically. Oh, Expediter, if you play this right, you could get in there and take this cap right out from under their noses. And now with the new mechanic that's been introduced where you can pull your pad out silently, if he gets in right here, Prefontaine may be able to see it. I think he actually can. I think Prefontaine can see it, but will he be looking for it? Yes, he does see it. There comes the gun as the tablet comes out, and Blaze save themselves a point on the map.
Very nice, man.
And take things 2-1 on map 2. Whew,
Super
that was
fortunate.
Nerve-wracking gameplay, huh?
Yeah, Prefontaine with just the right angle and a nice one, really. That might me questioning him. I stand corrected. You know, he had the angle he needed onto objective. I was just worried that, you know, what can happen is they can come up the stairs and have an angle right on top of his head by jumping off the top. He's fortunately enough, no fast play like that happened, and that angle pays off. Prefontaine saves the day, and Blaze are on the map, on the board.
Thinking about it now, Expediter also could have went upstairs and got that cap, and Prefontaine wouldn't have had the benefit of being able to see that angle to get that defensive kill. So a lot of decisions there, a lot of situational stuff coming into play, but great play from both teams. Expediter making the right play, a little bit dicey with some of the choices in routing, but overall both teams excellent play there on that round.
See how this sucker shakes out. It is a barn burner so far. Blaze are not going down easy, although Danglers dominating the first 2 rounds of their map pick. We'll see if they can hold on.
It is not. Alright, let's push up. Too many people watching the same thing.
Blaze on the attack now, and Blaze not really playing that normal aggression. I mean, Blaze has always been a little bit slower than Danglers as it is. I mean, they just do play a little bit more methodically. They're a little bit less fluid, more methodical. Nintendo going to find a pick on Nomen, the strategist. Stumpy Nub on a hard flank. He's way in the west. He's pushing down through the mini market. And here we go. That Danglers aggression. Is it going to pay off again? Yes. Stumpy Nub will find one before being refragged by Verds. And Stumpy Nub is basically taken down 75% of the Blaze team now. Verds is pushing up right into Nintendo.
Nintendo dropping
Is
back.
covering the north side.
Just at the right time. Taking some shots maybe over towards what he thinks Cryo's position is. And Verds has pushed up and then held. He'll see if he'll be able to catch Nintendo. He should have heard those shots and the movement to his right, so he should have an idea of Nintendo being there.
We'll have to see. It seems like Nintendo's somewhat aware of the attacker there as well. Did he see Verds push back or maybe hear him? I don't think so. A nice smoke comes over the stairs from Verds.
You couldn't have asked for a better smoke. Right onto the windows. It's going to force the rotation out of Nintendo up the stairs. And I think Verds is nading the stairs. It almost goes right where he wants it. And what a great thought process there from Verds to utilize the utility. Doesn't quite pay off, and we'll see if he's ready for it. Cryo able to catch Ribo as he makes his way up the center. And now Verds exchanging fire here in the mini courtyard. He's pushing forward, and the pinch coming in from Blaze. A 2v3 now, the res coming in. Verds crashing towards objective, and he's ran right past Nintendo, who finds the back of him, and it's now all up to Cryo.
Yeah, Ribo giving the call out on the intel from where Cryocell was. He's trying to get his team to kind of push on him and pressure him. And yeah, there we go. Plenus does appear to have seen him. Now Cryocell on the rotation. Nintendo will be the one to find him over there in the west courtyard.
He's got to hear these comms. There's definitely something that, you know, he's got the information. Should know Nintendo's there. He's got to be worried about the Dangles' aggression, though. They could get really aggressive on the backside. I wouldn't be surprised by a flank. Although Stumpy is kind of the guy that you'd expect that from, and he's dead. So maybe Blaze safe from getting shot in the back for now.
Yeah, I mean, you can't put it past Plenus to run a random and dangerous route as well. I mean, he's a crazy little dude, but But yeah, Stumpy typically the one to be able to most successfully complete those hard flanks, and that's usually at the early, parts of the round once the offense is still kind of thinking that they're safe on the start of their push. Nintendo going to be pushing here in the west. He's barely missing the backside of Cryocell as they just rotate away from each other, but he does catch up. He finds Cryocell, and Danglers now up 3-1 on the map.
Oof.
Looking at map point here going into round number 5.
Like I said, it's just a different Dangle, and I mean, Sleepy, you would know. Do you think it's that much of the map choice here? Was it just Quarantine is not Dangle's map, and so they're the Danglers map, and they just weren't on their game? Blaze were able to take around here because it's just they're doing so well on Bazaar.
Yeah, I mean, Danglers like Quarantine as well. Like I said, Blaze has always usually been the better of our two teams when we've met up on the map, but Danglers have been giving them a run for their money and even beating them in scrims and even in VR League in matchups against Blaze on that map. So it's really anybody's game, and I think we saw exactly that on map number 1. But map number 2, Danglers really love them some Bazaar. There's some really great rush spawns here, and that really plays into their favor. And Blaze, they're not playing as fast as I would have thought they would tonight. I really expected more speed from them. They've been kind of holding the brakes, and I wonder if that's throwing off their rhythm. I wonder if they played a little bit faster, if it would now throw Danglers off, and maybe they could edge out another win and take map 3 or even finish a comeback on this map.
Yeah,
to put us into a series.
Definitely something hard to do when you're down 3-1, and it is map point here. You do have the lead, so you can't afford to maybe throw this map away, but do you really want to try something new, try some over-aggression that could catch you out and put your team at an early disadvantage? Noman and Naoko say, yes, we do, and they look for peaks, and that's 2 right away for Blaze, and they're looking to answer back with their Volk round.
Yeah, the defense are already doing a fantastic job of shutting down the Danglers. They're already reeling. They do have the availability to pick up one of their guys. The other one, though, completely dead and dusted. Danglers going to want to pick up this round and end this map early, try and get that point spread a bit greater as we go into map 3. But Blaze going to be looking to hang on here and make Danglers defend for their final point.
Looks like the Danglers are going to go for the res here. Plenus calling out for it. Nintendo and Rybo both available to pick it up. And Noman thought he had confirmed the kill. He tossed what looked like a pretty decent nade, but didn't catch him. Expediter does get Naoko, who was peeking a little earlier. And there's the res on to Plenus. So we're into a 4v4. That early advantage quickly getting evened out by Danglers.
Lena's hoping to run the route of the usual quick spawn for this objective, hoping that he can get through. But he was just saying that if any of them are actually in the Kiot building, they're pretty much done for. Ryboman now trying to kind of gaze in and clear it out. Verds will take some shots from there, and that'll give them the intel they need. Now, if they can take Verds out, they've actually kind of got a window open to the objective.
Linus is crashing hard off those shots. He's pushing in very fast. He's radioing in, has the back in the trade. If he just didn't radio in those comms, it would have been a nice kill there, but it ends in a trade. Verds does turn just in time, and we're into a 3v3.
Yeah, but I'm not really liking the positioning of the defense from Blaze at the moment. Cryocell does have eyes on that spot where you can kind of cap from near the objective, but I mean, a good smoke placement, and he could completely screw that up. And Prefontaine finds Ryboman, who was kind of the spear of the push for the Danglers.
That was an excellent angle. Sitting back here, he catches it up through the window onto the 2-story. What a nice little defensive job there. And maybe he can catch Nintendo, who's looking to toss some nades in his zone. Cryo's far back enough where that nade isn't going to hurt him. Some people stay tucked up close to objective, and that can... nade like that can end your life, and Prefontaine getting a little over-aggressive could cost him. He might get pinched.
Well, Noman's getting aggressive, too. He's about to come up behind Expediter. He could actually find Expediter and Nintendo. Noman does find Expediter. Will Nintendo peek out? And he does. He gets the trade, and Blaze managed to take the trade and get the round. Danglers will have to go into a defensive win here if they want to take the map. I don't know. At this point, Blaze have been kind of clutching these rounds, especially at the end of each map. So I'm really hoping that Danglers are able to take this one and send us into a third map for the series. I mean, that's what we all want, right?
Absolutely. That would be the idea. I think this is definitely Danglers' chance to take the rounds. They've been doing so well on Volk. They've been shutting down Blaze with kind of a bit of counter aggression. And if Blaze aren't ready for, you know, maybe some wild angles from Danglers here, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to lose 1 or 2 early, and it's going to be a tough push. I think maybe a slow... I think what Blaze... I don't know. They've tried slow playing, and that doesn't work out very well either against Danglers, so not exactly sure what the best course of action is to go up against them on Bazaar right now, because they're looking very good. And yeah, I think we are going to be heading to that deciding map 3, but we'll find out. We have the next round, round 6 of map number 2. That's good timing.
Blaze going to be looking to possibly get a quick spawn cap here. Naoko bringing the shield again. As they rush in, they're going to be trying to get as much real estate as possible. They know how to play this objective. Playing this one fast is probably the only way to really do it. Man, they've gotten themselves into some great positioning. Noman going to find Expediter already. Cryocell going to find Rivalman. And things are already falling apart for the Danglers. Naoko finds Stumpy.
Naoko pushing up with the shield, catches another, and a team kill. Danglers falling apart at the seams with this really fast push from Blaze. And now Nintendo has to defend the cap, or they're going to lose the entire series. Nintendo getting aggressive, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to be all over here. Dying here is definitely not, or sorry, letting the cap here is the last thing you want. You want to be all over objective, looking for kills. If you die and lose this round, it's actually not a bad scenario. And he tries to hold it, but Blaze, it's like we're exchanging Austin Powers mojo here between teams, and it's like they're swapping their play styles to a T. Blaze suddenly turning on the Danglers effect, so to speak, and going in hard and getting that round, and we're going to the end, to the wire here. No, Blaze are not letting Danglers get this easy.
No, they are definitely not. They have been earning it every inch, that is for sure. Danglers are making some tough choices. We saw a lot of aggression there. I think if I were them, I would have played it a little bit more defensively. I mean, that's the only round they needed to take the map and secure map 2. I guess I personally would have played it a bit tighter. I know the Danglers, though, and they were probably getting a bit bored because some of these pushes from Blaze are taking a bit longer than I think they expected it to, and so Danglers get a little antsy when they get bored, and sometimes that comes out to hurt them, and now they've given up 2 unanswered. They're going to have to find the map win on the attack, which is definitely not the ideal situation. However, this is an objective that they do enjoy, so...
That, and they've been winning the Marsoc rounds. They've been doing very good on Marsoc. As long as they can carry the aggression into this round number 7 of map 2, you know, that's gonna be the key. They just need to keep up that aggressive Marsoc play style, and I think they can definitely deny Blaze this map. If we're talking map 3, where do you think we're gonna head to?
Change if somebody watches OBJ.
I want to say we're going to go to Subway.
Interesting. Well, I'd love to see that decider go down to map 3. See if Danglers can pull it out. They are on the offensive, but they've been doing well. And this is the series decider, really. If Blaze take this, they'll have won the series. They'll be going in to the top 7, and who knows what happens to Danglers' rank and how far they fall, how much this loss could punish them. They've been doing it's been really close, so probably not too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be too much of a hit. There will be a little bit of a hit for sure, just being as a rank difference, but seeing as the score has been kept pretty much 4-3 through these first 2 maps already, I don't see a huge loss, but it'll definitely gain for Blaze, and that'll be something they want. Noman gonna find Nintendo on a crazy angle from up top.
Oh, a revive and a refrag from Plenus and Rybo respectively, and that's exactly the start Danglers need. You know, sometimes having one go down for information isn't the worst case, and Plenus utilizes those shots, rotates around, comes in through mini courtyard, gets that pick, and now Cryo has to pay attention, and I mean, he's a bit exposed. I think Danglers are approaching the right way too. Look at how far that East defender is.
Plinus, though, he's going to be a victim, I think, to Verds, who's sitting here on the back side of the ice cream truck. I feel like as soon as Plinus goes to make any sort of push here, Verds is going to just murder him. So he's just waiting for that cross down the middle street. If Nintendo could get pushed up a little bit, he might be able to take Verds' attention away. And there goes Plinus. Verds will take the shots. Nintendo's not going to be able to see anything, though. Maybe the frag will come out, will catch him. No, smoke comes out. That'll catch Verds' attention, maybe even cause him to rotate. Will it get a kill for either team? A defensive nade comes out. Naoko kind of behind Nintendo.
Verds getting shot in the feet.
Naoko and Verds both go down to Nintendo and Stumpy Nub respectively. The frag comes out and off into the bazaar. It does find Stumpy Nub, but he's going to be revivable. Hopefully Riboman or Nintendo 1 go for that res, because it will be important here. We're looking at the last round. Like you said, the series decider. Blaze is down one member. If they can get Stumpy Nub back up, they've used up most, if not all, of their frag utility at this point. So the defense is pretty much, you know, utility-less. And yes, they're going to need Stumpy Nub here on this final push. The Danglers really need to get this round win.
Ribo has a smoke on his vest in terms of utility. Not sure what Stumpy or his teammate have left, but they still have the opportunity to make the push they need. I think at this point you're looking kills. You found 3. Do they know they have 3 confirmed? Probably. The communication's pretty good between both squads. I would assume first that they know their kill counts. So they're definitely looking at a 3-2 advantage here.
Yeah, I would say that they know their kill counts. I've been hearing a lot of communication, and a lot of the Danglers call for killing someone over the radio. So I do think that they probably have an accurate kill count. If not, they're only off by 1 number, which to them will only mean they're going in a 1v1 situation per shooter. So I don't think they'll be too deterred by that. Now it's all about this final execution. Both of the members of the defense are on the same side of the street that could come to bite them. Any sort of smoked play or even a double rush could find the defender off guard, and they could get in here and get this cap, or even just find the kills that they need to close out the map.
Hearing some dead banter there in the comms. Oh man, pushing back. Maybe exposed to Cryo peeking up, who does just miss him. Rotating around in the mini courtyard.
He's got to be careful there. Cryocell will have some eyes in that direction. He will be able to see some of that cross. Stumpy Nub looks like he might be trying to slowly work his way up to the objective. Cryocell's not looking. Stumpy Nub, if timed right. Ooh, Cryocell, how did he not see Riboman just stroll across the street out in the open? That's some amazing stuff there. The smoke comes out from Cryocell. Now the window's going to be covered. It's going to cause him to get a little bit panicked, and he's going to run out the back door. That's going to give Stumpy Nub the room that he needs. Is he going to go for it, or is he going to stay quiet? He is going to choose to stay quiet here. Here we go. We're going to see Stumpy Nub push in. He's pushed in. Now he's looking for the kills. He finds Cryocell. Rival finds Prefontaine, and Danglers take map number 2. We're going to 3, NightFiree.
We are indeed. We're going to see what Blaze decide to do in order to throw Danglers off just enough to get the advantage they need. Right now, we're in such a close back and forth that any little edge you can get is vital. So I'm real curious to see what this third map pick is. Just to go over the bans, we had Tanker and Downfall taken off. We've had Quarantine and Bazaar chosen. And I don't know if Downfall was banned because it was just picked. So we'll see if this sticks or if we're going to be moving into a different one. I don't think it was banned. So yeah, I think the early information with Danglers no banning was correct. And I think we're going to go to Downfall.
Ban something?
No.
Oh, we're having the discussion now. So we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. We'll get back to you on the proper information. We'll see what the result is. I think you could be right. I could be right. We'll have to wait and see what the teams ultimately decide. But Downfall may be our third map.
The ban that I got came from the Danglers, so I mean, I would assume that I was correct in that.
Yeah,
and it does look like Blaze is
correct.
filing out.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
We have a little bit of a tech hiccup there, but man, we've been smooth sailing. This has been a fantastic series. Both teams have just been duking it out, not really taking much time between rounds, just going at each other's throats. It has been quick.
I don't even think they've been like getting to the auto timer starting. I think they're starting it themselves.
Are going to get a rehost, so I'm curious what that third map's going to be still, because that's going to be important.
It's going to be a knockdown drag out.
It's going to be a real interesting one. Blaze have to be feeling super confident to pick this map. We are going to be going for the third map, the series decider, Blaze's map choice onto Cargo.
It's a risky move, Cotton. It is a risky move. Danglers are no chumps on this map. I think anybody who has ever played them know they are not scared of the tight quarters. It actually plays well to their fast and fluid nature. Blaze also play this map very well as well. Also, though, and Naoko and Birds both do well with shields. So we could be seeing a shield off here in Cargo. I hope not, because I really like the gunplay more than the shield play necessarily. But knowing these two, we will definitely be seeing some shield work out of Naoko. I'm interested to see if Stumpy Nub or Plenus will use the shield, though. Stumpy Nub not usually much for the shield anymore, unless he's feeling like a tasing somebody.
This is going to be quite an interesting round.
But you know, I do think NightFiree, this is a good time while we have a moment here to thank everyone for coming out. If you're just joining us, of course, this is now map 3. Series is all tied up, and as I say that, we're going to start to find out who's going to be our series champion here tonight. Will it be Blaze? Will it be Danglers? It's round number 1. Map number
3.
I don't know. I got distracted because Noman was talking to the casters.
Or no, I wasn't watching him, so I covered you there. Map number 3, the series decider.
Judgment Day, if you will.
And
we do have 2 shields come out, Naoko and Verds, as I said. Gonna be rocking them both. Plenus gonna get aggressive. There comes a frag. Stumpy will find Prefontaine early. Ribo's gonna grab Cryocell, and the aggression from Blaze not working so far on the map. Verds will find Plenus. Riboman's gonna just run right in after him. No, he is not. Good play from him. He does not want to feed into Verd's shield. That is definitely not good. Blaze down to 3 now. It's just Noman, Verds, and Ribo. How Ribo there, I'm not sure.
He was throwing a nade, so Verds went off the nade pull pin sound and was able to push him before he could grab his gun and defend properly. He did manage to get a shot off on Verds, but it wasn't enough to finish him. And now we're into a 3v3, maybe a disconnect, I'm not sure, maybe 2 were dead.
There was a
already.
drop, but there were 2 kills already,
Okay.
so I don't think anyone who was active was dropped. Oh my, that was a hell of a nice grenade from Verds, a nice little chuck over the container to kill Stumpy Nub. I think it actually set off his C4 too, or something.
I think it was detonated because they thought he was pushing. Either way, the kill from the nade happens. The toss exposes the arm, and Nintendo catches the pick. Naoko still has a shield. Nintendo finds 2 shield users. The backside, Naoman coming in, does find 1 Expediter waiting, catches him out, and Danglers, with 1 left alive, take their Volk round and the early lead.
Wow, that could have been very close. Both of the shield members able to get pretty close to the objective there. Verds, I thought, was going to be able to actually get Nintendo, but Nintendo staring Verds down with the shield and saying, sir, not today. I'm going to kill you when you go and throw that grenade at me. And he does that, then 2 quick kills after, and Danglers take the round. I mean, Blaze, they're going to have to be careful. I'm hoping they don't start tilting here in the last round, because, man, that is a bad time for it to happen, you know?
Absolutely, and just a quick shout out to while we're between rounds, because there's not going to be much time.
Yeah.
Thank you for this Twitch Prime subs and the donations, the bit donations. The support is always appreciated. It helps go back to the mods and us casters, and keeps us delivering you this high quality show that you expect out of the VR Master League.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thanks also to our partners and sponsors, VR Cover and ProTube VR. Without their equipment, our guys and gals just wouldn't quite have the same experience. So big shout out to them as well. And also, I'd like to take a quick moment to say shout out to the German Rifter. He's a big VR YouTube and content creator, mostly German content, obviously. German Rifter, hence, aka, you know. But he is a huge supporter of not only Onward, but the VRML and pretty much any VR-related person in the industry right now. He unfortunately hasn't been feeling so well lately, and so a group of us VR content creators and media personalities got together to do a special tribute video to him. But I also wanted to take the time to say, German Rifter, we really appreciate you backing the VRML and Onward. We appreciate your support, all of your retweets and your likes. You know, for someone who, you know, hasn't met most of us, we appreciate your dedication to VR, and we hope you feel better soon, buddy.
Well, wishes sent out from us here, absolutely. Hope he gets better ASAP. And I guess to piggyback on that, if you got a Twitter account, don't be afraid to retweet VR Master League's tweets. We always tell you when we're going live.
That's right. It'll also announce who's casting what matches if they are cast, and if not, you can also go to the VR Master League website and check it out. There's always links to personal streams. People aren't always streaming, of course, but when they are, you can always go in there and try and find one if casters are not picking up the match of your choice. We also look for more casters. You know, the more help we have, the more matches and more coverage we can bring you. So if you're interested, there's some applications on the website as well as a little bit of a process, as we do try and make sure that all of our casters are quality, but we're always looking for more help in growing the VRML. So please feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help.
Yeah, we train on board, bring in our casters, give them everything they need, and we're underway to round 2 already. Early shots coming in. Stumpy catches out, not ready, and Blaze are tucked into their forward defensive positions. Noman finding Nintendo, and the trade from Alcow, just missing shots across the board here up the center, and Blaze, Birds finds another. Stumpy goes down. Danglers have only one left alive, and Blaze absolutely shutting down this Danglers offense as they look to answer back and tie things up 1-1.
And it's all up to Expediter now. The res comes in from the only kill so far, the second kill so far, but I mean, look at Blaze. They're just running around like a bunch of crazy chickens with their heads cut off. I mean, no real rhyme or reason. I think they just figured, you know, we got all 5 people
chaos
up. We lose
chaos.
1 or 2. Exactly. Cryocell going to kill. Not ready, though, and we've seen this a few times tonight from Blaze. When the pressure's on or not on even, they make the mistakes. Expediter going to take a shot off to a common spot. It'll give him away. Now Elko finds him, and Blaze pick up their first round here on Cargo.
I mean, I don't know why I expected it to not be a back and forth, but I was thinking maybe one of these teams would start to kind of run away with this series. But even on Cargo, I just don't think we're going to see it. I think this sucker is going to stay tight, or it's going to stay close.
It is.
I don't know who's going to win this one, man. I don't know where to put my bets right now. Usually I got a feeling of who's going to win a series. Someone comes out into map 3 strong, but it's exciting to see the back and forth on map 3, the series decider.
Yeah, and it's even tough to watch, you know, for me as an ex-Dangler and a close friend of the Blaze guys as well. It's like either way, I'm having to watch my friends take an L here, and of course, I want the Danglers to pull it out because, of course, I want my team to do the best they can. I want them to be number 1, but at the same time, Blaze have definitely earned their points tonight. They earned, you know, the respect of being that top-tier team. They have been playing consistently, very consistently this season, especially. You know, the top 10 needs to watch out because, and hell, the top 5 need to watch out because Blaze are just doing nothing but improving, and even as they expand into other areas of VR esports, they are still just super committed to Onward in the VRML, and it is showing here tonight.
See, if it keeps showing, it might not. Danglers. Yeah, he is. Danglers losing 1, losing 2. No one finds 2 early, and now this may be Blaze trying to do what I was talking about earlier and run away with the 3rd map. They're pushing in, they find a 3rd.
Yeah, this is a cap coming in, no doubt about it. Look at them. Look how many are trying to cap right now.
Wow, I don't know why you go for the kill there. You literally have 2 shields on either side. You can sit there looking at him while your teammate punches in the code, and that could have been a 3-1 lead, but Blaze do take the Marsoc round in an incredibly quick fashion, and maybe Danglers just not ready for the answer back of aggression.
Yeah, it definitely didn't look that way. The early pick from Noman starting things off well for Blaze there,
Yeah.
but Danglers, yeah, it's like as they rushed out to their defensive positions, they were just cut down like they were running through an open field. And wow, we're already running the next one. Neither one of these teams wanting to wait around. They're ready to get this over with.
They're both momentum monsters, really. So that if they have the momentum, sometimes they'll run with it, and I find some of these teams also, when they're losing, they'll just quickly get into a next round. We're seeing smokes on both sides, though, and Danglers may be looking for a cap of their own here.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. They are going to want to be trying to shut this down as quickly as possible, and the cap is really the only way to do it. The defensive smokes are going to get turned around, though, so they got to be careful with those next time. Nintendo going to find birds right off the bat. Cleanus and the boys are going to start pushing through the boxes. Naoko's going to try and get a flank going through the tunnel, but I'm not quite sure if he'll get there in time. Danglers, like we said, not slow at all. Plenus is going to find Naoko. Rybo will find Noman. Now we're in an inverse situation as to the last round. Plenus going to come around on not ready here. Yeah, he found him. Now he's going to find Cryocell as well, and Plenus almost single-handedly taking that round for Danglers, but they get a Marsoc round, and we're right back to it. It's 2-2. Danglers going back on the defense, and my goodness, NightFiree.
Nobody's running away with nothing here, man. We're just getting some insane back and forths. I think that's maybe just the nature of that objective. When both these teams can play that, they have the ability to smoke and push forward like that. Now we're going to be shifting to a very different objective, one that's definitely going to require, at the very least, allows for a pretty tight and far back defense. You don't have to push forward or be aggressive on this objective that's coming up.
No, you really don't. In fact, you're probably better off playing it closer to the vest, especially now that we're in map 3. It's the series on the line, NightFiree. I mean, and both teams have everything to gain, and, well, Danglers have stuff to lose as well, but Blaze is really looking to try and get this win. I know it's very friendly competition between these two teams. They enjoy each other and their jokes and camaraderie quite a bit. But, yeah, Blaze definitely want this win. They definitely want to beat up on Big Brother Danglers here. Stumpy with a nice C4 placement just outside the tunnel exit. That could come in handy here later in the round. Bird's going to be pushing up quite quickly with Cryocell backing him up in the middle. They're going to be working their way around. Ryboman should hear this.
Ooh, what a turn.
Coming up well. Bird's not ready. He'll find Stumpy, and Plenus grabs Cryocell. Now Plenus will grab not ready, and he's doing it again. He is shutting down the offense. Expediter finds Noman after a pick onto Ryboman, and Plenus is going to be moving up now with the shield. He's going to be going for the flank.
Oh, a team frag from Nintendo. Not what they needed. Naoko now going to get the res as well. So just like that, into a 2v2. Will they rotate in time to catch this res and turn it into a 2v1? They don't. Nintendo gets one, confirms it. Can he get the res off? He doesn't. Now we're into a 1v1.
My God. Expediter now has 5 minutes solo to sit on this objective. This is when you lose your mind, NightFiree. This is when you think every single noise and every little piece of clutter in the air is an enemy moving, where you second guess every move that you make, wondering if you've made the right choice. But Expediter has made the right choice. He tucks into the corner. He finds not ready, and Danglers go up 3. They just need one more round to take the series. Will they be able to do it, or will Blaze hold on their own defensive round?
On this objective, I'm going to lean towards the favored Volk here. I think they have the advantage. They can play defensive. You can stay tucked in. You don't have to get aggressive. You can let the enemy come to you, and I think maybe that's where Danglers are going to run into some issues with Blaze. We'll see if that's the case. You're absolutely right. It is the series point potentially if Danglers can take the Marsoc round, and they've been looking good on both sides of the on both sides this round. So I don't know what to expect. I mean,
I don't know what to expect out of this match anymore, NightFiree. I thought Danglers had a map 1, and then Blaze came at the lead. I just have, every time I thought something was going to happen, it happens the exact opposite. So I don't even know anymore. I don't even know who I am anymore, NightFiree. But we're going to find out here on this last point. This could be the map point.
Ooh, Blaze are getting aggressive too. They're not going to sit back and defend on the objective. They're pushed up here and not ready. Finds one. Plenus goes down. Cryo's looking for a pick of his own. He's just confirming, actually. And he does find Stumpy. So Danglers down too early. Maybe not ready for this sort of aggressive defense on this objective. Nades coming out. Those won't be too effective. But Ribo and Expediter are trapped.
Yes, they are. But a lot of utility usage coming out here, and it's not gonna help them much. Nintendo should be able to catch Cryocell's flank here. Yes, he does. That'll help open up the lane, but it's not going to completely get them out of high water just yet. They're going to need to get Verds and Not Ready off of that center. Oh, that frag will do it. It'll definitely take down Not Ready. Here comes Naoko for the res. Nobody's there to watch the door, so they're not going to get the res or the pick on the res. Verds will pick up Expediter. Riboman will grab one, but he won't be ready for the one tucked in the corner. Oh. But Naoko will just team kill him anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Now Nintendo, the last one alive, goes down by Noman. And we just had to do it and go down to the final round that we've played the maximum that we could play here. Actually, no, that's not true. We've had caps, so we could have played more rounds. But still.
Yeah, but the score still went 4-3 on every maps. Every map. Jeez, NightFiree. This is the kind of game you sign up for. Yeah. Am I right? I mean, it's
exactly what you want at this point in the season. The kind of intensity that we're seeing here. This is a battle for the top 7 right in the last 2 weeks of the season where you really need to solidify yourself up there. And, you know, because if you're not, then you're competing in the wild card. You're going against some very good teams that just haven't been able to get the wins they needed to get up into that top 7. And it's not going to be easy. That wild card tournament's going to be a wild card. Like, there's going to be, I do not know who's going to come out on top there. But
yeah, I think we're going to see some more Cinderella stories like we have in the past. I mean, we've had Legionnaires knocking on the doors of the greats in the past. I mean, it's really anybody's game in that wild card tournament. And
I mean, we're going to see, we'll see how these rankings shift, because we're going to go into the final round possible, the series decider. It all comes down to this. We'll see if the aggression comes out of Danglers, if Blaze are able to play how they've been playing throughout this series, if we see any early picks, or if the team plays a little more reserved.
Final countdown.
I'll fire him later, people. Won't ever hear another cast from Sleepy. Don't worry about it.
He can't lose me in the middle of a cast, so he'll just fire me once I'm off air. Dangler's being really risky here. They have just completely left the objective with no one on it. Like,
it's worth noting this is a totally different match. Like, we've just gone into a different game all of a sudden. These teams all of a sudden playing tight, playing reserve.
Yeah.
You know, waiting for the push, putting out the smokes, really looking for those early picks. There's no room to be over aggressive, and we're seeing trades come out here. Nintendo goes down to Noman. Noman is dead, but Nintendo reservoir. He gets picked up. A team kill coming out. No, a revive, sorry. Plenus finds Noman, and now a 3v5 for Blaze.
And Plenus does rotate into the objective, which is exactly what he should do. They're going to need someone there because, yeah, Blaze have 3 guys over there on that side. If they manage to squeak in, then Danglers are pretty much done for. But Plenus should be watching this exit here. He's going to be looking for Verds and maybe Naoko to run out.
He did tag one, so I don't know if Verds is going to be ready. Plenus with a really interesting angle there does catch out Naoko. I just don't know why Naoko wouldn't be ready for that corner. Cryocell catching a rotating Stumpy. We're into a 2v3.
Make some noise for me. Make some noise.
Call-outs are there. The Danglers are providing call-outs to each other. Plenus is going to find Verds as well, and now it's going to be all on the hands of Cryocell. Does he have what it takes to 1v3 this clutch against the Dingley Danglers on Cargo?
The tall order. He should hear Plenus moving around here, getting a little aggressive on the rotation, looking for the kill. So does not catch him, and Plenus with the peeker, the quick peek, does get Danglers the series, and they maintain their top ranking, their master tier.
Sorry, I had to mute my mic there for just a moment. That was a great round there. Plenus really helping his team out tonight. He carried quite a few of those rounds there on Cargo. But Danglers overall just barely able to squeak that one out, man. Goodness gracious, NightFiree, did we see probably one of the top Onward games that I've ever personally witnessed.
That was definitely a fantastic series. A battle of quick-paced teams there. A lot of fun to watch and a great back and forth. Both teams sort of giving and taking a bit of an ebb and flow. You know, both squads playing fast at times and really getting rolled over, and then both doing the vice versa to the squad. So it was just a fun one to watch. You have to be ready to play these guys fast if you're going to play them, because that's their play style, and they really are starting to hone it in to a fine tee when we're getting down to these last few weeks in the season.
Yeah, teams are really buckling down, and I think Blaze definitely had done their homework against Danglers. They did know a little bit about how they like to play and run certain plays, and in some cases it worked, some cases it didn't, but they put up an amazing defense against the Danglers game, and I mean, both teams, just congratulations. That was, again, one of the best games I've ever had the privilege to cast and or watch. My goodness, guys. GG's to all of you, and NightFiree, I'll just turn it back over to you. I'm kind of speechless at this point.
Sleepy with his team there winning, so obviously very excited. And if you want to be that excited for your team winning, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward, where you can create your own team, you can join a team, you can become a reservist. You can follow the Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Facebook links, get all of your VR Master League action that you need in your life. It's there. Go follow Onward Master League 2 on Twitch. Go follow Onward Master League 3 if you're a real hardcore fan. And then come back to me when you've watched 30 Onward games and you just want more and you need the addiction, because I'll deliver it, and there'll be more here. So make sure you follow this channel as well. I think with that, it's going to be it from us at the VRML. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, my co-caster Sleepy with 2 3's. We'll see you probably tomorrow or Saturday. More Onward to come.
Good night, everybody.